wouldn't say it was a great day, but it wasn't a bad day. A lot of bridesmaids, a lot of horses that got checks and hit the board. Nobody, not one, broke through with a win. In fact, looking over our starters quickly, the only horse that I thought raced a little flat was Love and Affection. Right line hard, running into the turns, couldn't make any speed. Probably something bothering her a little bit. I couldn't see any lameness or anything that I would say it was acute. She's really hard. Just stuff we got to work on. Left shaft, where's that gate and strap? Lays on that pole. So I'm going to say, knowing she's a trotter, working her feet, maybe her right knee, maybe a right stifle. Nothing serious, but stuff that we have to address and have to look at. Couldn't get her away really good off the gate, so ended up 5th. Somebody got parked, and I opted to move that around them coming to the half. Now, if I had been trotting good, I trot right by Billy in the half at the half because, well, at the 5/8 for sure, his horse wasn't trotting the turns well at all. And once we started into the backstretch, I was kind of out of steam at that point. I've gone through 3 turns now and slowed down on every single one of them. Just can't have that. I didn't find her that way last week, so something was bothering her. And we'll look into that, I would say. Not going to find it tomorrow, but Monday morning. Just need to do better. She has to be better. So we'll rewind all the way back to the start of the day. Our first horse behind the gate was Patrick de Perona. He was all revved up at the start. Not as great on the front, but watching the race, I didn't really feel... After the race, I'm like, geez, you could have let that horse go. That was our old horse that was parked the whole way and still finished 3rd in J.K. Mickey Mantle on the front. He's not a bad horse and a horse to follow, but Brady, this horse has been ducked and drew the outside. I don't really blame him for cutting him loose today. 2nd in 51-1, but a race that he probably should have pulled out, I would think. I think a race that he probably should have won. I sent Tim some messages after saying, I think we just got to really drill down and figure out, can this horse be a little bit better than he is? Because right now he's bottom end to the middle of the conditions, which is what it is. But I don't see where the decline, a rapid decline, needed to come from. Sure, he's an older horse. He's going to tail off a little bit, but I just felt there's a little more tail to a sound horse that just a year ago took a mark of 48-4. Yes, I'm okay with a little regression. That's fair and understandable, but it seems like just a hair more than that, maybe even today. Now, I've driven him plenty. He's not as good on the front. He doesn't do his best work there. Would we have this discussion had he let J.K. Mickey Mantle go and followed him? Maybe not. I don't know. We're going to have to find out, though, in the coming weeks. Resolve Indeed raced well. A ton of breakers tonight all over the province of Ontario. Now, I shouldn't say that. I didn't watch Mohawk. But in Sarnia, I just watched the race of Resolve Indeed and Princess Dream. There's horses blowing up everywhere. Now, luckily, ours did not. Watched Flamborough. Both ours blew up. One still finished 3rd, and the other one was 5th or 6th. First week for Flamborough Downs and Sarnia is usually a pretty solid surface, so I don't really know what took place there. But Resolve Indeed, I would say, I would use the word adequate. Expect more. I expect a little bit more from both those fillies, but I would say both of them raced adequate today. Save America was well above adequate. He was a winner if he gets out in the last turn. He had to twist him almost in half to get him into the passing lane. Those were some torrid fractions thrown down by a long shot. 25-3, 52-1. That is an incredible pace to the half. And then collapsed. Didn't completely collapse, but just enough to kind of get really stuck in our way. Couldn't sneak out in the last turn. Couldn't get him cleanly into the passing lane as the horse was backing up. But man, he came through 48-4. He paced 49-1. Horse raced fantastic, and looks like he's going to be a real player in that open division. Don't talk about Bruno. Rough in the first turn, finally run going to the quarter pole. I want to talk to Dominic, and I want to know, was it the surface? Because if not, there's a wrinkle there that we have to work on. I've seen this before with this horse. He's been hiking in the turns and out of gear. It needs to be addressed and it needs to be fixed. And if it was just the surface, okay, fine. It is the first week at Flamborough, and I know how deep that track can get. Flamborough used to be good when there was horses stabled there, and they were always on the track. But when you close the doors and you're closed Flamborough Downs, they do nothing. Georgian Downs and Flamborough, lock the door, see you in 6 months or 7 months. You can be sure they weren't doing much with the track. So, was that it? Or was there something more going on? I'd like to get to the bottom of that. St. George of the Jungle run. Again, half-mile track, not his forte. These two horses will probably find their way south of the border at some point. We're just trying to clean up these divisions for us here at Northfield in the Meadows. And if we find a spot for either of them, then you can be sure they'll be coming over. As, you know, what we really want to focus on is racing Mohawk caliber horses at Mohawk, right? The other horses just simply don't race for enough money at Flamborough Downs and at even Granada Raceway in London in the winter. That's why we don't do a lot of racing over there. And you saw that with Great Bet, right? Great Bet was non-functioning in was lost in the non-winners of two, even the non-winners of two claimer. His last start in Canada went away long odds, racing for virtually no money. Then came over to Northfield. He's 9-5, racing for well over twice what he was racing for in Canada. So it's just a matter of, I don't really want to spend a lot of time racing at Flamborough and those B tracks. And when it comes to George and Bruno, I think there's money on the table. We just got to scoop it up and move them along somewhere later on in the fall. We just can't get to it right now. Those classes are very condensed. We had horses that were also eligible this week. Purple People Eater was, and the non-winners of 4. Now the maiden non-winners of 2 is okay, but once you win those once or twice, then you're up into the class where there's 4 horses right there right now. So we'll look into that this week, but for now, I'll let it play out this week, next at the longest, and then we'll decide what we're doing. Princess Dream, as I said, adequate, same as Resolve Indeed. I thought they raced okay. Neither one raced astonishingly good, but neither one of them raced bad either. Gypsy Hill, 9-hole in an 11-horse sire stake race. 10th. Expect a little more, but really doesn't matter. If there's a consolation, he'll make the consolation. If not, then it was a wasted start. We didn't know that when we entered. We didn't know if there was going to be split divisions. You know, a nice little tidy 6-hole racing against either Spazzano or Tennessee Tom, or, well, God forbid, neither. That would have been great. But instead, we caught both of them in an 11-horse field. So not much you can do there. We're going to have to turn the page on the Gypsy Hill race tonight. Victory Blue Chip. What are you going to do? He's not really come from way back and run them down, not on a half-mile track. I think he can do in there. 57-4 on that track it's a cold night tonight. Pretty good mile for him, but I do expect a little bit more from Victory Blue Chip. And Love and Affection just need to get to the bottom of what I felt and what I saw tonight. Little off right front, little off right hind. Just needs to have some veterinarian attention, and we'll race her back next week. You have to be able to use a horse off the car at least a little bit on a half-mile track, or it's wasting time. And I know she can. I know she's better than that. I can see her getting the turn and trying to set herself up and protect herself through the turn. We just need to get her confidence up and get her trotting through the turn. Shouldn't be that hard. And then Rock Shining Star, I just watched him race around the last turn. I'm like, geez, he's not even keeping up. He's struggling. This horse I won the Open with at the Meadows, they went in 48-4. He paced 15 apiece tonight. That's kind of where he can go. I can't imagine those classes stay that tough. At some point, he's going to find his way back to the Meadows. But for now, he drops again because if my math is right, I'm sure they go by last 4. Today was 1. Gold Cup final, Gold Cup elimination. Wait, no. And Mohawk. There's 4 races that are very ordinary. So if they go by last 4, he's going to drop down quite a bit. I'd like to get him going and then get him back to the Meadows where he can do some damage. Anyway, that's what took place today. As I said, it wasn't a bad day. We had a second, a third, a fifth, a third, a 10th, a sixth, and a fifth. Didn't finish as strong as we'd like to there, but a decent day nonetheless, although I am off tomorrow. I still have to do your opening. I got all the videos but the opening done. I opted to wait for today. Nothing disheartening about today, but nothing to rave about either. Tomorrow we have Country Dancing Casanova Hall. I am going to rave about them. I'm very interested to see how both of those horses do tomorrow. Cleveland Masha and My Wicked Heart. Maybe a halftime show. And on Monday, we got a lot going on Monday. Interested to see Gaslight Hall and Westland Warrior both prep for their stake finals in Lexington. I'll be in the Poconos, Tenacious Hanover, Memory and Imagination, and of course, Time Is On My Side. I've been on such a great run all summer with him. Would love to keep that going. All Gas No Brakes at Mohawk with Yo Mister. Should be a good weekend, but tomorrow it's going to be about football. So I'm going to take the day off. Going to take the kids to the football game. Going to have a lot of fun. I hope, as I said to Amy, one of these days where tomorrow hopefully is a day where you can look back and somebody say, did you ever go to an NFL game? Yeah, my mom and dad took me when I was 11 or 13 or 5. And it was a lot of fun. So it should be fun tomorrow. For everybody racing tomorrow, good luck. I hope you have a great day. We have had a great week. We have had a great summer. We've had a great year. Again, I truly appreciate everybody buying up those buckets. I see we're down to 18 and 7 shares left. I would hope we get them all done by next Thursday or Friday. Thank you very much for that. And also, I guess the biggest announcement is Neptune will hit the market. Now, I haven't heard back from Wendy. I got to call Wendy tomorrow and ask her and Kelly to turn that on tomorrow. I will send out a press release here in a little bit explaining that the shares will be for sale tomorrow. They're $4.40 a share USD. That's him landed at Northfield Park. That's for us to purchase the horse, fly him here, take him to Northfield Park. They'll be on sale tomorrow, 11 a.m. sharp. I don't want to hear, Anthony, I went on at 11:01 and they were sold out, right? 11 o'clock, we're going to start them. When they're sold out, they're sold out. And I probably will lock those shares for a little bit. For the people out there that are thinking they're going to buy the shares and sell them right after for a lot more, I don't mind you buying them. I appreciate every other support. I appreciate people wanting to get in. I want everybody to get in for the right reasons. So please keep that in mind as you log on tomorrow to purchase your shares. He should be a lot of fun. I don't know a whole lot about him. I have a lot of people asking me, Anthony, do you have pedigree? He's a Bettor's Delight out of New Zealand family. Raced in New Zealand and Australia. He's got a mark of 52. I think he's paced 51. I'm going to send it a couple of replays for people to look at. And again, when you're looking at his lines, who cares? They race totally different over there than they do over here. So I'm going completely on trust of Daniel Cordina and Robbie Morris, two people I trust on the other side of the world. And they both said Daniel's horse that is coming here and Neptune. Troisa, I believe, is the name of the other one, and Neptune are both nice horses. Hopefully they fit in nicely. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They'll be in our barn, eating our feed on September the 19th. A 10-day quarantine. So I guess 7-day quarantine or 8-day quarantine. They're going to take off on the 10th of September. Land in Chicago. This is all agricultural rules. They have to quarantine in Chicago. They'll be picked up and shipped to Northfield Park, landing here on the 19th. So now you know everything. Now you know what took place today. Now you know what's going on with Neptune, the buckets, the sale, the horses. You're all caught up. We'll talk to you all very soon. Hope you've had a wonderful day, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.